Welcome to the Holdem Manager crash course. My name's Brent and I'm going to guide you through some tips, tricks, and getting started tools today. We're going to cover aliases and setting up a hero, reports, adding stats to some reports, pre-flop hand chart, sessions, filters, a little bit of HUD customization, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of the new Holdem Manager apps. When Holdem Manager first launches, you're on the import window. To navigate to other windows, use the menu system over on the left. Now I'm going to add a hero and I'm also going to make an alias here. To change the hero name, this is a name that you use on the poker sites, just click change, type in the first couple letters of your screen name from the poker site and find it. So if my name was Mick Chipper on Full Tilt, I would select this and then click select, and then everything I use inside of Holdem Manager would be tied to this hero name. Now I'm not going to do that to protect this guy's stats, but anyways, so the next thing I'm going to show you is aliases. Now there's multiple reasons why you want to set up an alias. The most common reason is that you play on multiple sites and you want to see all of your stats in one report. Now the other reason why you'd want to do this is you might find the best 5 players in your database and you want to analyze their game together. And that would be another reason to make an alias. So to make an alias, go up here to Options, click Player Aliases, Add Alias. I'm going to call this one Crash Course. Click OK. And then click the Add Player. Now these are the names of your screen names on the poker sites. So mine is Master, and I'm going to select a few of these. Your screen name could be different. It doesn't matter. And the other thing is, if you do have the same name, you can see that Holdem Manager recognizes what it is. So I've added 3 of my aliases now. I'm going to go ahead and click Close. I'm going to go up to the Change button again. And we called this Crash Course, right? So typed in the first few letters, and here it is at the top, and it says that it's an alias here, so we know that this is the right one. And now, all those 3 screen names that I added to that alias are now combined in all of the reports. In the next part of this video, I'm going to talk about reports and how to add stats to those reports. So to get to all the reports, go up here to the Select Report Name from List drop-down, and you can see there's quite a few reports in here. Some of my favorite ones are Buy Stakes, Hole Cards, Plugging Leaks 1, Position, and Winning Summary. So let's go over to the Position report and add a stat to this report. You can see the stats up here, and the stat that I'm going to add is calling a 3-bet. Now to do that, go over here to the plus sign, and you can see there's a fairly large amount of stats here, and over here is the call 3-bet stat. Now if you want to select multiple stats, just hold down the control button as you pick those stats and it will highlight multiple stats to add. So I'm going to click Save, and then you can see here it's on the bottom. Go up here to click refresh and it'll add it over here on the right, and you can see now how often I call 3-bets by position. Now if you want to move this, just highlight the stat and then click the green arrow up, and once you have it where you want, click refresh again and then it'll update on the top up here. Next part of this video, I'm going to go over the pre-flop hand chart briefly. To get to it, just select it over here, and as you can see, it's on call 3-bet right now, and the different colors, it's basically showing a heat map of how often you do something. So the darker a color, you can see like the ace queen off is 6%, versus one of these it's under 1%. So the ace queen, I do it way more times. So this is a call 3-bet, and so you can see there's some bad hands in here, like what am I doing it with queen 4? Well, I made money there, but this ace deuce looks like I did it quite a bit, and you can see, I lost quite a bit of money doing it too. So it's another great way to analyze your play for different pre-flop situations. Next thing we're going to talk about is the sessions window here. And this is pretty cool because you can see how much you're winning by hourly. And right now it's broken down by table, but you can also sort by your session, day, or month. So if I go over here and click the month, it's going to bring back all the months that I've played poker in these lines here, and then it's going to give my hourly here. So you can see this was a good month, winning $100 an hour, but only 300 hands played. So anyways, that's the Sessions tab. Next part of this video, we're going to talk about filters a little bit. Now, the easiest filter is the hand filter here, and you can filter by specific day, month, year, whatever you want here. Last, hands, days, stuff like that. The meat of the filters, though, is over here on the filter button. And you get there by clicking filter and then edit. And this is the main filter screen, and at the top you can see there's a bunch of different tabs. And this main filter screen, I generally leave it the same because you can filter for other things later on, but this does break it down by stakes, number of players, the stack size and big blinds, position, pre-flop action facing the hero, position of the first limper, raiser, and of the 3-better, and there's also a use versus player filter at the bottom. The next one is hole cards here, and if you're going to use any of these, like let's say you wanted to select your Jack 7 suited hands, just deselect all the cards first, and we said Jack 7, right? And that's right here, Jack 7 suited. The other neat thing about this is that there's quick filters over here, so you can just click these to quickly see, like all your pocket pairs. Like if you just wanted to look at 2s through 9s, just deselect these other ones and then click save and close. And then that'll bring back all the pocket pairs 2s through 9s in the reports. The next one is the Omaha hole cards, and since there's a million different types of hand combinations, it's broken down into specific hand combinations here, and you can use these filters to get to that. Board texture, this breaks it down by the suitedness of the flop and also if there's any straights out there. And one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that when you're analyzing your database, hand sample size is critical. If you only have 100 or 200 hands, you can't really do any deep analysis on your database, but I have over 100,000 hands on me in my database, so the results are fairly accurate. The next one is hand values here, and you can filter by hand values on the flop, turn, and river, and down at the bottom there's flush draws and straight draws. So I'm just going to make a quick filter here, like let's say we got ace king and we missed the flop. I'm going to highlight those. And then on the turn, let's say we got a pair. We'll say it was a top pair, a second pair, bottom pair type of a hand. And then over here, we're going to say we got trips on the river. And we're going to go down here to 3 of a kind. And there's trips all there. So I'm going to highlight all those, click save and close. And as you can see, it only brought back 19 hands. And that's over a 100,000 hand database. So the more you filter and the more specific you get, the less hands you're going to bring back. So let's go ahead and clear this filter out by clicking filter and then clear. And then I'm going to go over to my favorite, which is the more filters. There's a ton of stuff here that you can just filter your hands by. And the way this is broken down is you got pre-flop filters at the top, and as you scroll down, you're going to get the flop, turn, river, and then at the bottom there's other filters here. So let's just do a couple of these real quick. We'll do like I did 3-bet. I'm going to add that filter, save and close it. And now you can see how often I 3-bet by position here. And over, again, 100,000 hand sample, only 2,095 times. Let's go in here and edit that. That looked like a good size profit there. and we're going to do the called pre-flop 3-bet. And this is probably a leak of many people watching this video. So as you can see here, myself included, you know, I'm losing about 300 BBs when I call a pre-flop 3-bet. And if you saw earlier in the video, there was how often I call a 3-bet up here, and I think it was, you know, around 38–40%, and that's just too high for 6 max or 9 max. That should be around 25%, 30%, 35 at the most. But anyways, keep an eye on that one. I'm going to clear this out again, and one other thing I love doing over here is non-showdown stuff. A lot of people have questions about their non-showdown play. So I'm going to break this down by street for you. I'm just going to do one filter real quick. It's going to be like a river filter where we didn't see a showdown. So either we won the pot or the villain won the pot without turning over the cards. So first we're going to add the saw showdown filter. And then we're going to say saw river is true. So that's going to exclude all the hands that ended on the turn, the flop, and pre-flop. So we're only going to see hands that saw the river where there wasn't a showdown. And this should definitely be positive number. And as you can see, over 2,600 hands, I'm up about $900. So that's filters in a nutshell. I know it doesn't go into a ton of detail, but the good news is we do have more videos coming that are going to go into more detail about all of this stuff.